Alright guys, so this is just going to be my kind of 6 months review of the 2017 Audi A4 Allroad. Right now I have a little under 9,000 miles on the vehicle, and so far no complaints. This has been definitely a considerable upgrade than the 3.6R limited Outback that I came out of or traded in to get the Allroad. Definitely much more comfortable than the Outback. Not a complaint, but just more the observation of the 2.0 turbo that's in this car is phenomenal. Definitely one of the better 2.0 turbos that's out there on the market at this point, and just blows away. Like, I don't know if it's a CVT on the 3.6R limited that I had. That was a full, 6-cylinder, but this just totally blows it away. Out accelerates it. This just makes it a fun car to drive, and one of the main reasons I made the switch from the Outback to the Allroad is just something that's more fun to drive. It seems like the CVT just seemed to suck the power out of the car. While the power plant in this car is great, the dual clutch 7-speed transmission in this car sometimes is a little unsure what to do in low speed situations. So you may notice that in some situations. All in all, this car and its transmission is great, but there are some situations in lower speeds where you may feel the car just have some uncertainness about what to do or what to shift into, leading to some maybe a little bit more jerkiness in the car, mainly in low speed situations. At high speed, definitely the car shifts really well, shifts really fast. A lot of these things can be mitigated by going into the dynamic mode, and that just helps the car just shift, hold the revs a bit higher, and definitely tends to hold the revs and then shift much better, therefore mitigating some of those issues with the lower speed situations with the herkiness in the car. So one of the dislikes that I have with the A4 Allroad is the stock tires that came with the vehicle. Obviously I have replaced these with Michelin's at this rate. The Michelin Premier AS are currently on the vehicle, and normally, at least in the US, apparently most of the cars will be getting some sort of Continental Pro Contact TXs. For some reason, those tires provide the car, or make the car ride very floaty, squirmy. I don't know how to really describe it, but the Michelins definitely are much better performing and have much higher ratings on Tire Rack. So if you compare the two tires on Tire Rack, the Continental Pro Contact TX is probably a mid-range tire, while the Michelin Premier AS is like the #1 tire for this size. So we went ahead and made that upgrade, probably one of the significant upgrades we have made on the car so far. Another upgrade that I will talk about, not a significant upgrade, is just different windshield wipers. I'm not sure what happened to the stock Audi wiper blades, but they were just skipping and jumping, and I just don't know what was going on with those guys. So we ended up replacing those with the Trico, I believe these are the Black Onyx edition, and these are relatively, well, for a wiper blade, probably pretty expensive, but these definitely perform much better on the car than the stock wiper blades that came with the car. So not a significant upgrade. And I tried clay barring the window You know, no longer using Rain-X. I've started using, I guess, the Invisiglass, and they have a repellent version that seems to work much better than Rain-X. So part of it might be contributed to Rain-X, but overall, these wiper blades work much better than the stock ones that came with the car. Now, coming out of a Subaru Outback, one of the concerns I had with the A4 All-Road would be its back seat legroom. Definitely, it's a much smaller vehicle. Not very much, but it's definitely a smaller vehicle than what the Outback, compared to the Outback. So the Outback probably has about 38 or so, almost 39 inches of legroom, where this maybe has a little under 36, like 35.7, somewhere in that range. So far, I can't say I've had too many complaints from passengers at this rate. I mean, definitely I feel like I can sit behind myself. I'm not really sure how long I could sit back there, but backseat comfort definitely a consideration if you're somewhat downsizing from an Outback into an all-road. Something to consider. Definitely check out the back seat, but once back there, comfortable. Another kind of issue, but probably more of a complaint at this point, is definitely this is much lower, sits much lower than what the Outback sits. And so the in and out of this car is a little bit more, for me, challenging. I'm probably probably about 6 foot 260 or so. So getting in and out of this at this height compared to what the Outback offered, the Outback seemed to be a bit more of a lateral move, getting in and out of, while this is definitely a, you know, much lower sitting vehicle. But once in the car, it's very comfortable. I do appreciate the seats with all the adjustments that are offered on the seats. But once in the seats, they're crazy comfortable, much more comfortable than the Subaru seats. It's just the in and out of the vehicle is a little bit more difficult than the Subaru. The heads-up display on this is something that I did not feel like I would need to use at any point in time, but definitely I have found this to be tremendously helpful in just showing the speed information and navigation instructions right there in the head-up display. So definitely something that initially I didn't even use for the first month of having the car, but now actually, you know, having it and using it is definitely a feature that I would want going forward on any other future car. Interior wise, this car is pretty amazing. So with the virtual cockpit, just even down to like how the AC controls are implemented, it's very amazing. I love this kind of MMI screen. It's definitely amazing in the car. The actual, this oak wood inlay, very beautiful. And normally I wouldn't be a fan of wood in a car like that, but definitely the inlays are really amazing, and just another reason why I enjoy the A4 All-Road. A little under 9,000 miles. That's kind of where I'm at with the car right now. You know, not a lot of gripes with the car. Definitely more positives than there are negatives at this point. I'm trying to work on some longer content for you guys to try to give more in depth on the car, and just trying to like provide more experience, like how I'm, you know, just my experience with the car and things like that. So coming up soon, I'm sure I'll try to make a video. There will be a point where, you know, 10,000 mile service is coming up pretty soon. So I'll try to make a video around that and just try to take some time and make more videos around some of the other features of the car that I really have enjoyed at this point and have come to like with the car. Otherwise, that's kind of my take at this point, and I hope to see you guys later, and peace out.